life-changing phone call you ever received. I was heating up leftover pizza at 11:30 p.m. when my phone buzzed. Unknown number. I almost let it go. Who calls that late except spam bots or drunk exes, right? But something, I don't even know what, made me answer. Silence. Then I heard someone crying in the background, really hard. Before I could say anything, they hung up. Weird, I thought. Sat back down, took a bite of cold pepperoni, and 5 minutes later, same number calls again. This time I miss it, and it goes to voicemail. I hit play while still chewing, expecting a butt dial or some nonsense. What I got made my stomach drop. It was a woman's voice, shaking and completely wrecked. Mija, if you get this message, I'm so sorry. I know I messed everything up between us. I know you probably hate me after what I said at Christmas, but I need you to know none of this is your fault. You were always the best part of my life. I sat up straight, frozen. I could hear cars in the background rushing by. Then she said, I can't do this anymore. I'm sorry you're going to find out this way. I love you so much. And then, click, that was it. My heart was pounding. My mom was asleep upstairs. We hadn't fought. I knew this message wasn't meant for me, but I kept thinking, this woman thinks she just said goodbye to her daughter. She thinks she's about to die, and she dialed the wrong number. I listened again. I could hear the traffic clearly. It sounded like the overpass near downtown, the one you hear about in the worst kind of news stories. I grabbed my keys and drove. No idea what I was even planning to do, just knew I couldn't sit there. When I got to the overpass, it was just past midnight, street lights buzzing, and there, on the shoulder, was a car with its hazard lights blinking. I pulled in behind it and saw her, a woman sitting on the edge of the concrete barrier, staring down at the traffic below, holding a phone in her lap. I walked over, slow and careful. Excuse me, I said gently. Did you try to call someone a few minutes ago? Because I think you might have dialed the wrong number. She turned around, and her face, God, her face was wrecked, red, puffy, full of confusion. What? She said. I held up my phone and hit play on the voicemail. She covered her mouth the second she heard her own voice, tears all over again. I was trying to call my daughter, Isabella. We got in this huge fight 3 months ago, and she won't talk to me anymore. I wanted to hear her voice one more time. I sat next to her. What if I told you Isabella probably wants to hear from you too? Maybe she just doesn't know how to start. She looked at me like that idea had never even occurred to her. We sat on that ledge for almost an hour. She told me about missing Isabella's college graduation for work, how it turned into this massive fight, how stubborn they both were. Neither one called the other. And now, here she was. I finally said, call the right number, just try. Even if she doesn't answer, at least you tried. It was almost 1 a.m. She looked terrified, but she dialed. Second ring, Isabella picked up. I could hear both of them crying, overlapping each other. Mom, I've been wanting to call you for months. I'm sorry, I should have been there. I thought you hated me. I never did. I was just ashamed. They stayed on the phone for 20 minutes, right there, on the overpass, making plans, apologizing, laughing through tears. You could feel them patching it up one word at a time. When she hung up, she turned to me, grabbed my hand, hadn't come looking. She didn't even finish the sentence. We exchanged numbers. She drove home that night, said she was with her and Isabella together at some cafe, a text that just said, thank you for everything. I still have that voicemail. I don't think